Welcome inside the Quarry, Lexington, Kentucky, for this Week 5 clash of the Simulation Football League, as we bear witness to the Lexington Miners playing host to the Los Angeles Lycans. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody, alongside Petey Zeller. My name is Eric Vincent. Axel Raven and Alex West are in the stats truck for us this evening. Executive producer Cameron Irvine, commissioner as well, back at SFL HQ, helping us out tonight as well. And Petey, this ought to be a fun matchup here. Los Angeles got their first win of the season last week. Lexington, a little bit of an up and down season so far, but back here at home.
Yeah, two teams have had a hard time finding their footing this season. As you mentioned, LA getting their first win of the year last week against Carolina. And Lexington 2-2 on the year, but those two wins come against teams with a combined 0-6 record. So really neither of these teams have had a chance to prove anything this year. And kind of this is a game, another litmus test. I like to use that term. Whichever team wins this game will be happy to get a win, but the loser of this game might be in for a rough year.
We'll check the temperature of either one of these teams for sure, as Lexington is going to boot it to LA to start things off. And the Lycans will get a return up the middle of the field, close to the 30-yard line. In fact, they'll mark it right there at the 30. And we will see LA come out. Sully Richardson, the quarterback here, 11 seasons in the league, 8 of them here in LA.
Yeah, one-time All-Star, really great player, but got to keep an eye on this running game today, led by Darius and Giz and Jalen Wells. Curious to see what they do, although no running backs here to start.
Yep, 5 wide, and Richardson's going to be under center. Sully's going to throw quickly into coverage, and it's still caught. Great catch along that near sideline from Chris Lee, and fresh set of downs right away for LA.
Yeah, Chris Lee was an all-star just 2 seasons ago, and he shows why there. Goes up in double coverage and just takes it out of the defender's hands. I mean, that was a grown man catch right there, and a heck of a way to start the game for the Lycans.
Gutsy way to move the football down the field. No backs at all wide receivers, and a quick fire out to about midfield to start things off. And we will see our first run this time around for a gain of 1 to the fullback, Dan Curtis. We get a look at the offense here for the Lycans. Sully Richardson, Darius Iniguez, and Jalen Wells in the backfield there, along with Dan Curtis. LZ Pryor, Chris Lee, Shea Carroll, the receivers. Jacob Farmer, Jack Flash, the tight ends. Orem Wilds and Bob Watoska along the offensive line, as we get another carry there, close to first down yardage, 3rd and 3 coming up.
Yeah, delayed a handoff there to Wells, and it did fool the defense. They got a good 6-7 yards on that carry there. So 3rd and 3 now, have your entire offense wide open. Let's see if they go to Iniguez or if they're going to go to the air raid here. Looks like quarterback sees something on the line of scrimmage, though. Richardson calls an audible.
Yep, offset eye. Blitz showing. Richardson's going to throw anyway. Sets his feet and fires. First down. And much more as they get close to the 30-yard line of Lexington. Good drive so far here for the Lycans.
Yeah, they go for the big tight end, 6'6", 250 pounds, Jack Flash, and just wide open over the middle, running a little bit of a crossing route there. And that's all they really needed to pick up the first down. The Lycans coming out of the gate strong here and moving the rock.
And those type of routes are usually the best friend for a quarterback whenever a blitz is coming in his face. Richardson doing a nice job looking around, sending his feet, and finding the open man for first down yardage. From about the 31, another delayed handoff goes to Wells. This time Lexington ready for it. Short gain about maybe half a yard, and we'll get a look at their defense. Chris Andrews, Berto DeMora, Mike Mello, and Jaden Swift along the front 4. David Ware, Philadelphia Collins, and Tony Roberto, the linebackers. Nate Heslett, Jay Rock, and Cameron Shaw, the corners. Travis Arthur and Marco Swift are the safeties, as Richardson retreats, fires into coverage, incomplete. Looking near the 10-yard line, looking for that first and goal action, but the Miners secondary up to the task.
Yeah, he had his eyes on LZ Pryor, but just double coverage there. Really, the route was never open. The play didn't develop the way they were hoping, and fortunate there that one falls incomplete because that one was dangerous. But now a 3rd and long here on the edge of field goal range.
4 wide, trips towards the bottom of the formation, and now they'll shift over Pryor to make it 2 and 2. Sully steps up, looking, sets his feet, fires, first down yardage, and he finds LZ Pryor, but a flag down on the play.
This one might be coming back. I think I saw something that looked like a hold up there. Let's see.
And it's going to be defensive pass interference, it looks like, so LA will decline, and it will be a first down.
Oh, okay. The where the flag was thrown, I thought that was going to be holding there, but nope, they go pass interference, and fortunately for LA, that play will stand. And now they have a 1st and 10 as they quickly march down the field here on their opening drive.
Inside the SFL red zone, just outside of the 10-yard line. Wells lines up as a wide receiver, 2-2. Richardson quickly throws, end zone incomplete. The hit jarred the football loose, and they'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, Flash had a good look on the ball there. He got both hands on it, but just got hit in the back, and the jarring motion of getting hit just could not complete the catch there. And now 2nd and 10 here. I'll be curious to see if they go to the run game. They're having a lot this drive, and it hasn't been effective, but now might be the time.
Set single back, 3 wide. And Richardson's going to throw, in trouble, and he is going to get hit as he released the ball incomplete. That was trouble written all over it, Petey.
Yeah, defense only sent 4 that time, but the pressure got to him, and he was lucky to just get that dying quail off.
Now brings up 3rd down. Obvious passing situation. Going 4 wide, trips towards the top of the formation. And we'll go 2-2 once again with the motion man. Sully trying to find some room. He's going to take off with it and only gets maybe a handful of yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Eric, he just did not have the speed there. He was trying to get up on it there, but unfortunately had to go down. But now they get a chance to field goal.
Chip shot field goal for John Smith. It is up. It is good. LA with the first points on the board on their first drive of the evening.
Not a bad start for LA. Good drive down the field. They moved the ball effectively. Got a little clogged up there down in the red zone, but all in all, they come away with a field goal to start this thing. A overall good start for LA as a road underdog.
11 plays, 62 yards, capped off with that 25-yard field goal there from Smith. And now Lexington gets an opportunity at the football. Just about half the quarter gone from LA's drive, and looks like Lexington will get similar starting field position, mark him down at the 33-yard line. And we'll see Kenny Slider come out, the rookie quarterback, number 2.
And I'm so excited to see reigning MVP Gabriel Manning out there. This guy was electric last year. Every game I covered last year that had Gabriel Manning in it, I mean, it was just absolute must-see TV. Curious to see what he can do here today.
Miners will come out with split backs. Slider is going to throw. He's in trouble. He's going to go down. LA with a sack right away from Ace Blackwell.
Yeah, and that time there, just Slider took too much time trying to let the play develop, but the pressure got to him quickly. Never really felt it, and yeah, took a tough sack there. It looked like he had a man getting open over the middle of the field too, so a tough play to start the game for Lexington.
Now in a big hole of 2nd and 17 off of the 7-yard loss from the sack. Slider will throw again. Screen pass coming out of the backfield. Only a few yards for Phoenix Jones. And it's going to bring up 3rd and long. We're going to look at the offense here for the Miners. Kenny Slider at quarterback. Phoenix Jones, Deion James, the running backs, along with Lars Bazar at fullback. Alexander West, C.J. Parrish, and Hall of Famer Gabriel Manning are the receivers. D.J. Bandit at tight end, and Phoebe Collins at guard. 3rd and 14, under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Slider fires, caught near midfield. What a catch there by C.J. Parrish to climb the ladder and get the first down.
That was a fantastic catch there. Went up and got it. Parrish did. The 2nd-year receiver used all his length there. And a really good throw by Slider, too. He threw that ball inside in a place where only Parrish could get it. And a drive that looked like it was going to 3 and out there for a little bit. Able to pick up a big first down, and the Miners will keep on rolling.
Like that throw had a little bit too much mustard on it at first, but a good job by Paris to snatch that out of the air. Good placement as well, like you said, Petey. And now we got a first down from about the 49-yard line of Lexington. Slider gonna throw again. Into coverage and incomplete. I didn't see a single minor receiver in the area.
Yeah, I didn't see a single minor receiver, but I saw about 5 Lycans. I do not know what Kenny Slider saw there. He had good protection, had a lot of time to throw it, but just kind of panicked there and threw it directly at the defense. Was fortunate to not get punished there.
To the split backs, 7 in the box here for the Lycans on defense. Now they'll go offset I while the Miners on offense. Slider will throw again, quickly, and it's first down past the 40-yard line, and that is the Hall of Famer Gabriel Manning with his first catch on the evening.
Yeah, and this is a guy that you want to put 2 defenders on all night. You do not want to let him get going. Last year I covered a game that he was in, and he had about 200 yards in the first half and 4 touchdowns, I think it was, and that was just in the first half of play. He's a guy that if you let him get going, he will single-handedly win the game for the Miners.
That type of weapon, he can go absolutely bonkers on any given Sunday. As we get a handoff for the first time here for Lexington, and that's going to be Phoenix Jones with the carry for a gain of 3. We got to look at the Lycans on defense. Alex Perez, Ace Blackwell, Selwyn Lane, Nick Brummer, and Gary Marks along the front 4. Tazzy Blackwell, Greg Ward, Brogan Speraw are the linebackers. Devontae Moore, Mike Scott, the corners. Rochelle Colston, Monte Wyatt, Ben Charbs, and Eaton Moss are the safeties. As we get another carry here, this time for 0 yardage, maybe a tackle for loss as well. This time it was Deion James.
So now it's going to bring up a 3rd down here, and 3rd and 7, probably got to pass the ball. Let's see what Slider can do. Probably going to be looking at his man, but looks like here the Lycans playing his own coverage.
Slider looking, sets his feet, fires into coverage, and is picked off. LA gets the first turnover of the game, courtesy of Devontae Moore, and the Lycans are in business.
Yeah, that was just a bad throw there by Slider. He threw into a sea of players right there. As you see, there were 4 Lycans, 2 Miners. He pretty much just threw a Hail Mary ball into a group of players and was hoping one of his guys came up with it. Ill-advised throw there, and now instead of trying to kick a field goal to tie the game, the Lycans have the ball, and we'll see what they can do on their second drive.
From the 17. Richardson under center. He'll hand it off. And absolutely nothing doing on that play. Lexington ready for it for the run defense. That brings up second down.
Now, I'll say one thing so far here in the first quarter we've seen. Lexington's run defense has been up to the task today. They have not let Iniguez or Wells get going at all whatsoever in this game. It's had to be all the passing game. So we'll see if maybe LA just goes pure pass here for a bit.
Going to go that route here as Richardson finds a hole in the defense, and that's a first down catch. Once again, Chris Lee with another clutch catch and another first down for LA.
Yeah, good job there by Lee. Good job by Richardson finding the open man, too. Showing his veteran poise. Stood in the pocket, delivered a strike right there into the open window, and rewarded with a first down throw. As I tell you, so far this LA passing game has been prolific. They've moved the ball at will.
We had 4 of 7 for 68 yards so far in this first quarter. Little pitch play, and maybe a gain of 1 on that one. And you're absolutely right. Lexington has done well so far against the run game for LA, making it sort of one-dimensional so far for the Lycans on offense.
Yeah, that little toss play, the blocks never got to get set there. I like the design, but they ran it too quickly and the blocks never got set up.
Delay. About 3 or 4 yards on that one as Iniguez gets the carry and brings up 3rd and 5.
So 3rd and 5 here, likely passing down. Let's look at Jack Flash. I've noticed early in this game Richardson's been looking at Flash in situations where he's got to have it. Let's see what they want to go with here as Flash is lined up on the end of the offensive line.
Richardson looking the opposite way, and a sea of humanity over there. No one able to reel that one in, and it brings up a 4th down.
Yeah, he was looking down the field for LZ Pryor, but just threw it a little bit too far. And there was good coverage, too. Pryor barely had a step on his man, and that'll be a punt. And Lexington is going to get away with that interception.
Vendetta, the punter here. The Miners will field it at about the 15-yard line, bring it up to the 21. And they will get another crack at the football before the first quarter comes to an end with 1:48 on the clock.
About how important this game is to both teams, right? LA 1-3, Lexington 2-2. Whoever loses this game, not saying that either team's a bad team, but if you lose this game, you're going to feel like you lost to a bad team. That's just the feeling in the locker room is going to be, and it's going to be hard to get the season back on track, Eric. Where a win will kind of be, we beat a lesser opponent, now we can get things going.
Slider going to throw, this time a good one, as it's across the 35-yard line to Manning, and that'll extend the drive.
Yeah, that was a good play there, and just classic. Get the ball to Gabe Manning, and he'll make the rest of it work there as he gets a good completion in there for a 1st down.
And going back to your previous point, PD, I mean, it is going to have that feel for whoever loses this game, right? But at the same time, both of these teams in tough divisions right now, where there's a clear front runner, and we don't exactly know who is going to end up in 2nd, 3rd, 4th place, as ends up being an incompletion on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly. And once again, I'm not trying to say either team is a bad team. Both these teams have had to play difficult opponents to start the year. But that's just the feeling, the way the players are going to probably feel about it if they come up with a loss today. But that one there was unfortunate. Let's see what they can do on 2nd and 10.
Slider comfortable with throwing the ball so far. He's going to have a blitz coming in his face. Retreating, fires, incomplete. And that's lucky. He's lucky that that's an incompletion right there, because you never want to throw it off your back foot like that.
I'll tell you, Eric, I have not loved what I've seen out of Slider so far. They've gotten a lot of pressure to him. That's affected some throws, but he's not been accurate, and his decision-making has been questionable here in the 1st quarter. He really needs to take a deep breath and lock it in.
We've really only seen a couple different runs so far in this 1st quarter, and we're probably going to see another pass here from Slider. Blitz coming again. It's picked up. He's looking. He'll fire over the middle, and it's incomplete. That near sideline, it was double coverage, and the Lycans play well on that back end. It's going to bring up 4th down again.
Yeah, and that time he was just trying to get the ball to Gabe Manning, but Gabe Manning was in double coverage. It kind of feels like that's when Kenny Slider panics, he's just trying to get the ball over there to Gabe somewhere. But the defense knows that's the game plan, and they've adjusted to it nicely. They're going to have to make an adjustment on offense here because it's just not working right now.
Chiyuki is the punter for this Lexington team. A good punt there, about the 25-yard line, and the return will bring it out to 35 with 1:01 to go. So defensive struggles so far here. We've seen a turnover. LA looking much better offensively than Lexington thus far, but it's still early on.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll have to see what LA can do. Last drive, they didn't get much going, so maybe a little bit of a stalemate here.
They come out with 3 wide, single back. And the single back is going to get the carry, and that's Wells. Now it's for a gain of 9 near the 1st down marker.
Yeah, best run we've seen from either team so far, and that one was set up by the big guys up front. They hit their blocks, and just a clear lane to run it home there for Wells. Now sets up 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1, this is the kind of yardage I like to take a deep shot on.
Iniguez checks into the game. He'll get the pitch, and he's going to get 1st down yardage, and that'll extend the drive for the Lycans.
Yeah, good 1st down pickup there as Iniguez just picks up the easy yard. 1st and 10. They don't have to run another play here in the quarter. Looks like they're going to get up to the line, though, and try to get one more in.
5 wide, maybe a deep shot here that you were looking for, Petey. Instead, it's going to be a quick slant, and the hands can't get around the football on that one from LZ Pryor, and we'll see one more play before the end of the quarter.
Yeah, and LZ really had the ball there. There was no coverage on him, and he was wide open, but just could not come down with the ball there. And now we're going to get a 2nd and 10 opportunity.
Pitch goes to Wells, trying to find some blocks, and he'll get near midfield, and it's going to set up a 3rd and 5 when we return for the second quarter of play. LA with a slim 3-point advantage on the road against the Lexington Miners. You are watching the Simulation Football League live on YouTube. Eric Vincent here, Petey Zeller there, Axel Raven and Alex West in the stats truck, and Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ, the executive producing like always. And flip the field, second quarter of play, 3rd and 5 here for the LA Lycans. Richardson throws quickly, into coverage, incomplete, but there is a penalty marker on the play. I think it might be DPI, Petey.
Yeah, I agree. That looked like DPI from a mile away, and sure enough there, that was offensive pass interference, and that was about as easy to call you're going to see all day.
In real time, it certainly looked that way a little bit early, a lot of it early, and that's an easy call. Shea Carroll, the intended receiver on that one, ends up being a first down nonetheless on the penalty yardage, and they will set up shop at the 40-yard line following the penalty.
Yeah, now they're almost in field goal range, keeping things moving here.
Ricky John Smith already with 1 field goal this evening. Richardson checks it down. Going to be a short gain of 2 on that play. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, once again, Chris Lee, and we talk about Gabe Manning being the favorite target of the other offense. So far today, Chris Lee has been getting a lot of looks here for LA. Not a surprise, Chris Lee, a great receiver. That's the way they've kept going.
High formation this time. As Richardson rolls out, sets his feet, fires into double coverage, and incomplete. Was looking near sideline, near about the 20-yard line, but the Miners were ready for that one, and it brings up 3rd down.
Yep, big 3rd and 8 now, and curious to see where they're going to go with the ball. Obvious passing situation here, but we've seen really spread it out. They've looked Elzy's Pryor's way a few times. They've looked at Chris Lee. They've looked at Jack Flash. They're really spreading the ball around here. No clear option where to go.
They're going to spread it out here on this 3rd and long. Richardson fires near sideline, catch is made near the 20-yard line, into the SFL red zone we go. Chris Lee with another clutch catch.
And they went with Lee there, and that's not much of a surprise. It seems like Richardson really has a deep level of trust with Lee there, and as you'll see right there, he throws it into a tight window. Lee had to kind of come back for it and catch it over the defender's head. A really good job on a tough catch there by Chris Lee.
From the 18, 1st down. Handoff goes to Wells. Not really a whole lot of operating room so far for this running attack on either side, and Wells gets a gain of 3.
Good pickup there, and that opens things up. I think they could go back to the run game if they wanted to again here. LA, though, good job moving the ball.
Miguez gets buried in the backfield there as Roberto and company combine on the stop. 3rd and long coming up here for LA.
3rd and long. It hasn't faced them on this drive, though. I think LA is about 3 for 3 on 3rd and longs this drive. Let's see if they can pick one more up here. If I was the defense, I think I'd think about bringing some pressure because you got to get something here on Richardson.
Passing attack has looked good for LA so far. They're going to go 2 and 2 with a single back. Richardson. Pressure coming. He's going to go down. Lexington finally gets some pressure in there, makes the sack, and that's Tony Roberto once again.
Good job by Roberto, and this will push them back. They're only back at the 20-yard line. Still a pretty makeable field goal attempt, but the important thing for Lexington here is no matter what, this keeps it a one-possession game, and a touchdown will still have the ability to give them the lead.
Stop here for the Miners on defense. 36-yard field goal for Smith, and he is 2 for 2 for LA thus far with 7:36 to go here in the first half of play.
If you're the Lycans, though, you got to be a little disappointed, right? You've had 2 long, methodical drives that have looked really good, and both of them have stalled out in the red zone and forced field goal attempts. So, I mean, Lycans have looked good, but they're having a hard time closing out drives.
Another return here for the Miners. And a good one out across the 30-yard line, close to the 35. And Nick Sorensen is having trouble getting up off the turf as the medical staff tends to him.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. That'd be a hit there for the Lycans. But it looks like he's walking off the field on his own power, so that's good to see. The fans are loving to see that. Now, if you're Lexington, I want to see them try to get the run game going a little bit, right? They've done a lot of passing with Kenny Slider, and Kenny Slider's just looked rattled today. Let's see if maybe you can help him, and the greatest help for a young quarterback is a good running game.
Only 2 rushing attempts so far for the Miners on offense, and they come out in split backs. See our 3rd rushing attempt. Decent one there as it comes out about 4 yards for Phoenix Jones and brings up 2nd and 6.
And Phoenix Jones, I'm glad to see getting the ball in his hand there. He is a very good rusher. This is his 2nd year on the team. He's the kind of back, if you get him going, he can give you a productive day.
Offensive player of the season back in season 17. Manning going to shift out wide on the near sideline. And we'll see another handoff. Good run there, patient running, bounce it into the outside, past the 50 and out of bounds. Good run there by Deion James to extend the drive for Lexington.
Kind of what I was talking about. Get this running game going, and the passing lanes will open up for Kenny Slider. But right now, LA's letting you just run the ball all over them. Keep taking it. Keep taking it, and then maybe open up the passing game a little bit.
Slider going to throw this time, and it's incomplete, a little bit too tall for Lars Bazaar. We will toss it over to SFL HQ for our first game break of the evening. Cameron Irvine. Cam.
Thanks, Eric. Nashville at Florida, one of the best throws of the year here. Watch Ron Cochran in the back corner. Got it. Bobby Tarantino. Florida leads Nashville 17-7 early in the 3rd. Back to you in Lexington.
A throw there. Thank you, Cam. 6:30 here in the opening half of play, and James having a hard time. No, that was Phoenix Jones, excuse me. And he's having a hard time getting out of the backfield. 3rd and long coming up now.
So 3rd and 13, long down here. Looks like they're going to go 4 wide, all passing out, and I like the response by the defense to running zone.
Slider has plenty of time, and he completes it inside the 20 near the 15-yard line. Good throw there to Alexander West.
Hey, what a job there by West. West is kind of the unsung receiver in this core, but makes a big play there, picks up a big 1st down, and good job by Slider, too. Staying poised in the pocket, delivered a good throw. That's really the best play I think we've seen out of Kenny Slider all night.
Yeah, and it was good ball placement as well. Being able to throw it there just a little bit shorter of the defender. Good coverage on the back end once again by the Lycans. And now we're set up in the SFL red zone, 1st and 10 for the Miners. Manning goes in motion to the top of the formation. We'll see a handoff right up the middle. Stiff arm and a good gain of 6 on 1st down for Phoenix Jones.
Yep, and this run game keeps going like this. They're not going to have to worry about passing the ball too deep out on the field anymore. Good run there by Jones, and I like that it's a 2-headed beast with this running game. They got Jones and James both going right now. This Lexington offense looks like maybe it's settling in a groove now we weren't seeing earlier.
Both very similar backs physically, both 6'2", 220 listed on your programs, as James will get the carry this time, and he'll get maybe a half a yard on that one, brings up 3rd and short.
Yeah, now 3rd and 3. Playbook's wide open. I love a good 3rd and 3. You can do a short pass here if you want. You can take a shot at the end zone. You can run the ball. Defense is on their heels because they have no idea what you're doing on a 3rd and 3.
We got 8 in the box here. Slider in trouble, and he's going to get thrown down to the turf. Looked like he had some time for a hot minute there, but Gary Marks closed in on him quickly and brings up 4th down.
Yeah, he had a moment. That's just a rookie mistake. He'll learn as he gets more time in the SFL, but when they bring 8, you got to make your throw in about 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds there. You can't spend too much time in the pocket because they're going to get you eventually, and right there it cost them. But not for nothing, they're going to get attempted a field goal here.
Takeda Yuki with the field goal attempt, and it is going to be right down the middle. And that'll make it a field goal game, 6-3, with 4:07 to go here in the opening half.
Yeah, so cutting into that lead a little bit, and I tell you, it's been an interesting first half so far. There's been action, teams have moved the ball, but we've just not seen anyone able to finish a drive off here.
It's a good way to put it. It doesn't feel like it's a 6-3 ball game right now. It feels like the score should be much higher because we have seen those little instances of fire and good-looking plays, just not into the end zone as of yet. But a good return here, bouncing it to the outside past the 45 and the 50 and into Lexington territory, stepping out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Good run and return by Shea Carroll.
That was a great return there. Great blocking on the outside, too. Look here, but gets his big fellas out there, sets some good blocks, and I tell you what, he was about the punt or the kicker away from taking that one to the house. Great return there, and now the Lycans already about 20 yards away from a field goal.
And the Lycans have looked good passing the football so far. And they could just about run the 4-minute drill for sure with just 3:59 to go here in the first half. Richardson completing 50% of his passes so far. Instead, we'll see a carry to Jalen Wells, and Wells is going to get 4 yards, brings up a 2nd and 6.
Good job by Wells there, just following the blockers inside and taking what the defense get him. Nothing wrong with a 4-yard gain on first down. Sets his offense up nicely here for a 2nd and 6.
Strong eye for the Lycans. And another carry. This time Aniga is getting closer to the line to gain. It's going to be 3rd and a very short 2.
Yeah, that was a nice patient play there by Iniguez, and he was able to gain some yards. You look at the team stats, very equal here in the first half. I mean, it's about neck and neck in every category. 3rd and 2 here. Big stop for the defense for Lexington.
Delay goes to Wells. Wells is going to get stopped just shy. What a play there by Philadelphia Collins to make the stop and force the 4th down.
Yeah, that's a veteran play by a veteran player right there in Philadelphia Collins. And now they're going to force a likely punt here. And, well, no. Hold on a second. Richardson staying out there. They're going for it.
Into enemy territory. Offense going to stay out on the field on this 4th and 1. Pitch play goes to Wells. Wells at the first down as he gets tackled just past the line to gain, but LA will extend the drive on the gutsy call.
Yeah, very gutsy call there as, wow, they go for it, and it does work out. Good job there by Wells, got just enough, and now the Lycans keep the ball moving, keep the clock rolling, and everything's happy right now in LA.
Let's see, one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Another carry. Iniguez not able to really get anything going. He'll get a 1/2 yard as Roberto is able to wrap him up. And I believe that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. 6-3 is the score. LA is driving with 2 minutes to go here in the opening half. We're watching the Simulation Football League, and we are live on YouTube. Second and 9 now for the Lycans out of the 2-minute warning. Delay goes to Wells. And they've had some minor success so far with that delay play, and it's going to be a short gain of 3, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, they've had more success when Wells runs it, too. Iniguez has had a hard time getting it going today. Wells, it hasn't been anything crazy, but he's been moving the ball at least a little bit here. But trips receivers on the left-hand side. Let's see if Richardson throws it.
And he will. Near sideline. Catch is made by Lee, and he's going to get tackled near the line to gain, just shy. And it's going to be another 4th down. We'll see what they do this time.
That was a good job there, too, by the defense. I thought Lee had it, but they were able to force him back and get out of that situation. And it looks like they're feeling gutsy in LA today again. They're going for it again.
Formation, 7 in the box. Handoff goes to Wells, and he doesn't make it. Defensive stop by the Lexington Miners. What a play there by David Ware, and that will give the football over to his offense.
Yeah, I probably would kick the field goal there. I know it's easy to say in hindsight, but you already got away with it one time there, going for it on 4th and 1, and I mean, you were in definite field goal range there. The way this game has gone and the way points have been valued, I think you got to go for the 3 there, but now they're going to give Lexington a chance to tie it or take the lead before halftime.
Especially since Lexington is going to get the second half kickoff as well, so an opportunity to double dip. LA making the tackle on the run play by Jones after a gain of 5 yards.
5-yard gain, but they got to hurry up here. There's only a minute left in the first half. Definitely taking a long time in the huddle. I mean, they're burning about 20 seconds off the clock here. Need a little more urgency.
Both teams, all 3 timeouts. Take another run formation. It is going to be another run. This time it's going to be a first down. And we'll see the first timeout burned by Lexington. They'll have 2 remaining.
So they take a timeout, but once again, I don't love the fact that they wasted just 30 seconds there for really no particular reason at all. Now 1st and 10, let's see if they start airing it out.
James with that carry to get the first down as they set up shop near the 40-yard line. Slider, going to throw it down short and incomplete. He was looking for Bandit. And that brings up 2nd down with 35 seconds to go in the half.
35 seconds left, 2nd and 10. They're in a good spot, though. They're about 25 yards away from getting a good look at a field goal here. We'll look for Gabe Manning to get a look. Looks like they might bring some pressure this time, though.
7 at the box. Slider gonna throw, crosser route. Only give it a short gain of 5, and the Miners will burn their 2nd timeout, 1 remaining.
Yeah, they look for Gabe Manning, and they got him really quickly there. I got to tell you, though, Slider, when he's been throwing today, it's just like he's not feeling fluid. His game just isn't fluid today. It feels like he's rushing things, kind of.
It's a little stiff so far from the young quarterback, but that'll come as he gets deeper in his career and deeper in the season. And he'll throw once again. Pressure coming, and he's going to go down. The timer needs to get a little bit better for the young quarterback as well, as pressure was coming from his backside in a hurry from Alex Perez.
Yeah, and that was a great job by Perez, but once again, Slider just spending too much time in the pocket, and we've seen him do it both ways, right? He's rushed some plays he didn't need to rush, and that time there, he took too long on a play he needed to rush a little bit more. Like you said, the timing's just a little bit off, so that probably will end the first half.
Tachi going to line up for the punt, but Lexington wisely does not snap the ball, and we are going to send it into the half. A 6-3 ball game in favor of the Lycans. As we get a look at the first half stats and highlights, we touched on it, PD. It's been an exciting ball game despite what the scoreboard is telling us.
Yeah, and it's a close ball game, right? I mean, we're going to see Lexington get it at the half here, and it can go either way. This game is still just a 3-point game, and both these teams, we've talked about it before the game, fighting for their relevancy in the league pretty much here today. A loss is going to put the losing team in a bad spot on the season, where a win might be that win you need to turn things back around. So we'll have to see what they can get going in the second half, but first half, I think the Lycans won the first half pretty easily, even though the scoreboard doesn't represent it necessarily.
Time break presented by Brakes GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
It's an Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Brakes GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Brakes GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Brakes GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, brakesgpt.com. The Miners with return out to the 29-yard line. Go ahead, PD. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're all good, Eric. I was going to say, let me tell you what, in this second half, they got to find a way to get the ball in Gabe Manning's hands if they want to win this game. In the first half, not a lot doing there for Gabe Manning. I'd say give him some screens, just maybe some crossing routes. Any way you can, you got to get the ball in Gabe Manning's hands. Let your best player do the work for you.
Vincent alongside Petey Zeller up here in the broadcast booth. Axel Raven and Alex West in the stats truck. Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ, executive producing as always. Gabriel Manning, 3 catches, 34 yards in that first half of play. We'll see if the Miners get him more involved in the second half, but the rejuvenated rushing attack is what we see so far as Phoenix Jones gets an impressive first down carry.
That was a great run there by Phoenix Jones and a good way to start the second half. Once again, I mentioned Gabe Manning. I do want to see them keep this running attack going as well. This is a team that if they want to have success, they need to run the ball, and we saw that in the first half.
Offside eye, carry goes once more, and this time it goes to Deion James, closer to the line to gain, sets up a 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3, and you can really run whatever you want here, so we'll have to see where they go with the ball. And it looks like they're going to line up no backs in the backfield for Slider. I don't know if they go wing set for Slider.
Little misdirection, trying to find some room, and Jones doesn't get it. Is coming in swooping in is Nick Brummer, the defensive tackle, and it's going to be a 3 and out here for the Miners.
And that's just not the start to the second half the Miners wanted to see, so they're going to punt away to the Lycans. Now the Lycans with a good chance here to make a statement to start the second half. Still no touchdowns scored in the third quarter.
Field at about the 25 and bringing it out to the 30 is Shea Carroll, who had an impressive kickoff return in the first half. And you mentioned it, Petey, we haven't seen any touchdowns so far, despite the fact that it's been a good game. Feel like there's been some fireworks from both teams, and Lexington trying to get the rushing game involved with their first possession. Nothing doing, 3 and out. LA with an opportunity to extend the lead. Pitch play goes to Wells, lowers the shoulder, punishing blow there, and a tough gain of 6.
Yeah, real tough gain there, and now they'll set up a 2nd down and 4. So that's something we didn't see a whole lot in the first half, right? LA didn't get the running game going that well, but maybe here in the second half it'll be a little more of a priority.
Race 44 yards so far for Wells, as Iniguez, the second back in this tandem, is going to get the first down, and that will extend the drive for the Lycans.
A good carry there for Iniguez. We really didn't see him going at all in the first half out of the 2 backs, but a good start there with a good carry, and now a big 1st and 10.
Offside eye, 3 wide, keeping it on the ground. Wells trying to bounce it back inside, but the Miners defense gets the TFL. Ware, who had that 4th down stop in the first half, gets a TFL there.
Yeah, now that's tough because now it's 2nd and 11. You're pretty much in a situation where you're going to have to pass it 2 times in a row. Let's see if they do here.
Iniguez checks into the backfield. Richardson going to throw. Fires a laser, incomplete near the 40-yard line. And impressive secondaries from both of these teams thus far in this ballgame.
I'll tell you what, Richardson absolutely got away with one there. That hit Travis Arthur right in the hands, and he could not come down with it. So they'll get a second chance at life here now on 3rd down and 11.
Wide, Richardson under center. Sully gonna fire it quickly into coverage, and that's complete for a 1st down. Jack Flash finally getting that connection there, and that'll extend the drive.
Good job there by Flash, and I really like Flash as a tight end. He's a big target. He's good at making contested catches, and right there in the middle of 3 defenders just finds a seam there. Really good pass by Richardson getting it in there, and a good job by Flash to withstand the contact and come down with it.
6'6", 250, 10-season vet. He doesn't move like he's 6'6", 250, though, which is probably why he's one of Sully Richardson's favorite targets. Back to the draw play, and that's going to get a couple yards there from Wells. Brings up 2nd and 8.
This running game, the best way to describe it, I think, today, Eric, is inconsistent, right? We've seen them have some good runs, but we've also seen them get stuffed a lot. There's been really no ebbs and flows, just ups and downs here with this run game.
Definitely. Blitz showing, blitz coming. Wells going to get tattooed in the middle of the field, and he'll get maybe a few yards, and that is going to be a huge loss for Lexington as David Ware is injured on the play.
That is not the guy they want to see injured on that defense. They don't want to see anyone injured, but we're talking about a defensive player of the season last year, and he's walking off the field. That is very unfortunate.
10 total tackles, 1 TFL so far for Ware as he hits the sidelines to get evaluated by the medical staff, as we'll keep an eye on him. Meanwhile, 3rd and 3 here for LA. Richardson has time, finds a hole in the defense into the SFL red zone. Chris Lee, he's had several catches like that here this evening, Petey.
Yeah, and that was such a great job by Richardson, right? He's under duress. There's heavy pressure coming on him, and he's able to just stand in there, take it in the face, and throw it down the field. That was a good job there by Richardson. And now, without Ware on the field, I want to see if the Lycans are going to start running the ball, because that is one of the best run stoppers in the league in Ware. And I want to see if they try to abuse that.
That is a great point. Might as well run it in the teeth of that defense with their leader on the sidelines instead. It'll be an off-tackle run, and Wells will still get 5 out of the deal, 2nd down.
So 2nd and 5, and yeah, right there, good carry. And I think if I'm Los Angeles here, I just keep pounding the rock and seeing if that absence of Ware is going to let you keep running it. It looks like they do come out in a running formation.
7 in the box here for the Miners on defense. Handoff goes to Iniguez, who has had tough sledding all evening long, still not able to get any sort of momentum his way, and it's no gain.
And a good job there by the defense, stepping up, forcing them to have to pass here, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 5. Let's see where they're going to go with this.
Sully sets his feet, fires end zone, and incomplete. Again, good coverage on the back end by the Miners secondary, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and another field goal attempt.
Yeah, and he was looking for his favorite target, Lee, that time, but Lee did not quite turn around in time, hit him in the back of the helmet, and once again, we got another field goal attempt here as it's 4th and 5.
Good closing speed by Shaw to realize where the football was. High snap this time on the field goal, but the 30-yarder is up and through for Smith, so he's now 3 for 3 on the evening.
And once again, this is a game that I strongly feel like LA's played the better game. I feel like LA's been the better team on both sides of the ball today, but because they haven't been able to capitalize, they haven't been able to finish drives, they're in a situation where if Lexington scores a touchdown, they're going to be trailing in this game.
Manning, a good return man as well, as he's able to bring it out to the 35-yard line. Lexington going to have to get something going on the ground as they've really had a difficult time both on the ground and through the air. Kenny Slider, 5 of 12, 88 yards and a pick.
Yeah, Slider has to be better if Lexington's going to score here. He has had a rough go, but once again, it's a one-score game. They've gotten away with a lot of things today. If Kenny can just take a deep breath and find some composure here, it's definitely a lot of time left.
Three wide, split back. Slider going to throw, pump fakes. Pressure comes from his backside again, and once again, the Lycans able to get a sack. And we've seen that a lot here tonight. This time, Ace Blackwell able to get to the quarterback.
Yeah, today, Slider's feeling of pressure has been abysmal. I don't really know another way to put it. He has felt pressure that wasn't there and throwing the ball too quick. He's not feeling pressure that is there and is taking sacks. The feeling of pressure by Kenny Slider today has been the single biggest problem for Lexington.
Slider to throw again. Crossing route. Catch made on the run. 1st down yardage. And you're absolutely right. It's been 4 sacks so far for the Lycans on defense, which is contributing to this kind of up and down offensive feeling, I guess, for the Miners.
Great little swim move there on that play by Alexander West, though, to get underneath the tackle and pick up a first down. So a good play there. Let's see if maybe Lexington locks in. I'd like to see him go back to the run, too. They were running the ball pretty well. Let's see if they get Phoenix Jones going again.
West had one big catch for 35 yards. That is second catch this evening. Slider looking to throw again. And West with another catch, this time for 6 yards, brings up second down.
Good throw that time by Slider. He was able to get the ball in there, and the last two throws have gone to West. You know, not typically the receiver that gets the ball thrown to a lot in this offense, but maybe today a guy that Slider has confidence in. Looks like the defense bringing heavy pressure this time.
Tabati's in the box here for the Lycans defense. Hand off. And a couple yards maybe on that play as Jones is able to run off tackle. Brings up a third down now for Lexington.
3rd and 2, and I say give it to Phoenix one more time here on 3rd and 2. Let's see what they go.
Three wide, two towards the top of the formation. Pitch play goes towards that end, and Jones not able to get there. It looked like he might have had a step on the defense, but the stiff arm pushes him backwards, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 1.
Fantastic job by the defense there. That was a good play. I think it was the right play call, but the defense just made a stand. And Lexington says, you know what? It's getting late in the game. We're down. We need something here. They're keeping Kenny Slider in the offense on the field. They're going for it.
It is about that time. 2:30 and counting to go here in the 3rd. They'll run the play. They'll get the first down. And Lexington will plow ahead to about the 40-yard line of LA.
That was a much-needed first down, and that already brings them getting pretty close to field goal range, about 10 yards away from a place where you'd feel safe taking a field goal. But this Lexington offense, the way it's been today, they're thinking 6. They want a touchdown.
Seven will take the lead here for the Miners. A 3 will make this an even closer ball game. Jones bottled up near the line of scrimmage, and a good job once again by this LA run defense. Tazzy Blackwell getting in on the stop this time.
Yeah, now force the 2nd and 9. If you're in LA, you can't have it any better than that, right? Force the 2nd and long, and now you're looking at 2 potential Kenny Slider passes, which is where this defense has excelled today.
Slider with plenty of time. He's going to throw, and it's caught. The Hall of Famer Gabe Manning with the catch inside the SFL red zone. First down for Lexington.
Tell you what, that time stood in the pocket for a while. Slider did have starting to get a little bit nervous, but he found, like you said, the reigning MVP, the Hall of Famer, Gabe Manning, and my goodness, he just got that ball in there barely. And that's a huge play here for this Lexington offense.
And the onus does fall on the offensive line a little bit for the Miners. I mean, you got to give Slider a little bit of time to go ahead and let these routes develop, especially against this tough LA secondary. He did that job there. Blitz coming. Slider in trouble. He's going to throw off his back foot, but it's going to be a touchdown to Gabe Manning.
What a job there by Manning. I mean, that wasn't the prettiest throw from Slider, but Manning just made a play on the ball, broke the plane, got a touchdown, and this is what I've been talking about, right? LA, they've played the better game. They've looked like the better team all game long, but they've failed to finish drives. They've let Lexington hang around, and when you have a game-changing player like Gabe Manning on the other side of the field, that's a dangerous game you're playing, and Gabe Manning just made LA pay for letting them hang around.
Scott with the tough draw for man-on-man coverage with the MVP, and not up to the task as Lexington is going to take their first lead of the ball game, 10-9 now the score. How many likes do we have on this video so far? It is not enough. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you got notifications on so you don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action, and help the channel grow through your support. We appreciate you as always. LA with an opportunity with the return here out to about the 25, mark him down at the 27-yard line.
Now if you're LA, suddenly the pressure's on you for the first time this game, really. They've been in control through and through, but now there's a lot of pressure on them to not go down and score a field goal, but to go down and score a touchdown here. Because points are still at a premium. Both teams have had a hard time scoring, and LA is still in a pretty good spot, but if I'm LA, I'm thinking go down the field, get a touchdown, put the pressure back on Lexington.
1:02 to go here in the third. Still very close ball game, too close to call. And it's been that way all evening long. LA trailing for the first time this evening, as Wells is having trouble getting out of the backfield, and he'll lose 2.
Yeah, that's a tough 2-yard loss there for LA. The run game, like I've mentioned earlier, has been pretty inconsistent. So now 2nd and 12, probably forcing a situation here as Richardson's going to look to pass, and he will, as there's no backs in the backfield.
4 wide, he's under center. Sully, plenty of time. He's going to throw it right to the defense. The Miners pick it off and go back the other way. What a play there by the linebacker, Jason Lamar, bringing it back the other way and setting the Miners up in business.
Yeah, and Jason Lamar is in the game for David Ware right now. He's only in the game because David Ware is injured, and what a way to step up in a big situation. I mean, you're playing in a spot that the reigning defensive player of the season is typically in, and you make a game-changing play like that, and suddenly now Lexington has the wind at the back of their sails, and they are moving.
Prime starting field position here just outside the SFL red zone at the 23-yard line of LA. Slider. Good pocket. He's going to throw it to Manning. Avoids the first defender and is going to get a chunk of 8 yards here. Finally, seems like Gabe Manning's feeling a little pep in his step now.
Yeah, Eric, I think they listened to what I said at halftime. Just let's start giving the ball to Gabe Manning and see what happens. You have a player like that, you just got to feed him.
Catches, 79 yards, a touchdown, and a lead so far as Lexington is up 10-9 over the LA Lycans as we hit the end of 3. You're watching the Simulation Football League live on YouTube. Chris Curtis, Freedom the Rights.
The presentation of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Eric Vincent, P.D. Zeller up here in the broadcast booth. Axel Raven and Alex West in the stats truck. Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ, executive producing. Offset eye into the SFL red zone for the Miners, getting close to first down yardage, and the roll there by Jones is going to give it to him.
Yeah, we got an update from the other game. It's right now Florida's up 31-7 over Nashville with 5 minutes left, and actually Nashville's put up another touchdown, so 31-14, so hold your horses. Nashville with 4 minutes left might be looking to make that one a little bit more interesting, but right here we got a truly interesting game as it's a 1-point game in the fourth quarter.
Don't call it a comeback. Slider in the pocket, fires, and that's going to be another touchdown to Gabe Manning. Looked like it was close. He was right at the goal line, but a good snag there by the laser thrown by Kenny Slider.
Mama, there goes that man. Gabe Manning, I said it earlier and I'll say it again. He's the kind of player that can single-handedly win you a game, and right now, after Lexington has struggled all game long, with about 3 minutes left in the third quarter, they said, screw it. Gabe Manning's down there somewhere, just throw him the ball, and that has given them a lead after they've trailed all game long.
And that one-handed grab by Gabe Manning is going to be the nice hands catch of the game, brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it, SFL 4K 23. 9:30 to go, 17-9, still a one-possession ball game. Believe it or not, folks, it is not done yet. Good kickoff here, going to be brought out by Carroll. Shea's going to bring it out to about the 27-yard line with 9:25 to go here in regulation.
It's so funny, though, because it went from feeling really good for LA, it went from feeling like they're in the driver's seat, to now they seem like they're deflated. I mean, it seems like everything is turned against them here, and that wasn't the way it was for most of this game.
Go ahead and strap in, folks. We are not done yet. Go ahead and rub those pressure points, get a little woosah, grab some popcorn, and enjoy. Pitch play goes to Wells, trying to find some room, and a rejuvenated effort here by the Miners' run defense, only a gain of 2.
Yeah, good stop there by the defense, and it will keep the clock rolling here. And if you're LA, really need to get an answer back here on this drive. With all the momentum that Lexington has, you do not want to punt on the ball back.
Single back is Iniguez. He'll get the carry, and he'll get tackled near the line of scrimmage, maybe a half yard, as Lamar, who got the interception there to cap off that touchdown by Gabe Manning, he makes the stop.
I gotta tell you, I don't love running with Iniguez here. I get trying to get him go for most of the game, but they have failed to get him going. It's the fourth quarter now. You give it to the people that have been making it happen.
Tully on 3rd and 8, throws low, catch is made. Elsie Pryor with a clutch catch, and that's going to be a first down for the Lycans.
That was a big catch there by Elsie Pryor, and man-to-man coverage on the outside made a nice cut back to the ball, and was able to come down with it there, first down.
An easy catch there with the corner all over him. Good coverage once again by Lexington, but a first down nonetheless for the Lycans. Back to the pitch play. Wells lowering his shoulder, only getting a couple out of the deal. He's had some tough runs here this evening, though.
Yeah, Wells was, once again, he's been the more effective back all game long. Sets up a 2nd and 7. Good 3-yard gain on first down.
Pryor going to shift towards the top of the formation. Up the middle goes Iniguez, and still struggling to get any sort of rhythm going as Roberto is able to make the stop. Iniguez only 14 yards on the ground to his credit thus far. 3rd down now for the Lycans. Sully in trouble, shuffles, sets his feet, fires into coverage and incomplete. He was looking for Lee. Chris Lee has had a couple clutch catches here for the LA offense. Could not reel that one in.
Yeah, and now that's going to 4th and 6, force a punt here. If you're Lexington, you're in a situation where this game wasn't looking great for you, and you're in a chance to maybe put a dagger in this thing.
Landetta with the punt. Fair catch called for and made near the 20-yard line by Manning. Mark him down at the 21. Monday night features a special doubleheader of SFL action, honoring those we've lost around the league right here on SFL YouTube. First, Billy Ray Valentine's Swarm visit Matt Wilson's Mexico City Aztecs at 7:15 Eastern. Later, Rich Pratchett's Vancouver Legion travel to Leonard Butler Sr.'s Louisiana Revolution at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Join the Monday night crew for post-game react and pre-game in between. It's all tomorrow night on SFL YouTube. Gain of 2 there on the run play, 2nd down.
Yep, and I like running the ball here, keep that clock moving, see how much clock you can bleed while at the same time trying to get down in field goal range. If you can bleed the clock down under 3 minutes and get a field goal, you're sitting in a very good position to win.
Slider going to throw on 2nd down, and a good pass there. Receiver just couldn't come up with it. Looks like that was West. That was the intended receiver. Going to bring up 3rd down.
So 3rd and 8. And now, on the contrary, if you're LA, this is a must-stop-them situation. With 6:46 to go, you got to get off the field on a 3rd and long.
A one-possession game, but certainly a tougher one-possession game, having to get a touchdown and the 2-point conversion just to tie the game. Slider with the blitz coming. He will fire. He finds his man near the 40-yard line, and guess who? That's the MVP right there.
Yeah, and it's just remarkable what he's done at the end of the 3rd quarter and the 4th quarter so far. I can't think of another player that's had an impact on this offense in the 4th quarter besides Gabe Manning. And credit Kenny Slider for getting him the ball, but it's been completely, unquestionably Gabe Manning here.
110 yards, 2 tutties for the reigning MVP. A Slider is going to get sacked from behind. 5th sack on the evening here for the LA Lycans, and Blackwell has 3 of them.
Yeah, Blackwell's playing a heck of a game so far, and if LA is able to find a way to win, he's definitely in player of the game contention here. That's been the Achilles heel of Lexington so far today, right? Slider just not feeling the pressure there. He's doing a little better lately, but takes a bad sack there.
I'll back him up just slightly. Loss of 4. Under 6 to go. Slider to the throw again. Sets his feet. Fires. This time it's an interception. Los Angeles with a head of steam going back out to the 40-yard line. And a clutch play by Eaton Moss to give the football back to the offense.
And that is a game-changing play right there. And what a job by Eaton Moss to get his hands on that one. And now we're going to see Los Angeles set up inside the 40-yard line, needing a touchdown with 6 minutes to go. They have all the time in the world here. That is absolutely a game-changing play.
Devastating interception for Slider to throw as he finally started to get a head of steam there. Threw 1 interception in the first half, his second here this evening on that one to Moss. As Richardson is going to throw a shorty there, but the receiver stays in bounds and actually loses 3 yards.
That's not the way LA wanted to start their drive off, but they still got 2 or maybe 3 more plays to work with.
Still some time with 5.5 to go. If they can get in field goal range and then get a stop on the back end, still productive. Richardson going to throw and said, to hell with that. We're going to get a first down near the 20-yard line in the SFL red zone.
There it is. Chris Lee made a catch there, and that's been the favorite target all game long by Sully Richardson. Stands in the pocket, good protection, moves around a little bit, and just throws an absolute strike in there. And now they're down near the red zone.
Now Lee over 100 yards on the evening as well. Very evenly matched game between these two teams, stats-wise. Richardson going to throw it on the receiver's screen. And that is going to be a short gain of 3, brings up second down.
Yeah, went for the tight end flash there, and he picks up a little bit of yardage. So 2nd and 7. Clock continues to tick, though, and if you're LA, the clock isn't necessarily your friend. You kind of want to score quick enough here where if Lexington does something, you have a chance to respond.
Draw up the middle to Wells. Fairly productive here in the second half. Not on that play as they only get maybe a yard on the play.
Now sets up a big 3rd down, and with 4 minutes left, Eric, I got to imagine it's 4-down territory, right?
It's tough to say at this point. A little bit of flexibility for LA. Like I said, still an opportunity to kick a field goal if they want to. But you got to hit the end zone here. And it's going to be a first down to Chris Lee, who has been the target all night long for Sully. 1st and goal.
Yeah, I've been talking up Gabe Manning, rightfully so. He deserves it, but on the other side, Chris Lee has been just as good tonight. It's really been the Lee and Manning show for both these teams, and Lee might not be as flashy as Gabe Manning, but he is every bit of productive here tonight.
Season's a season 21 All-Star as well. All 8 of those seasons in an LA uniform. Pitch play to Wells. Wells trying to get to the corner and doesn't. Good open field tackle there by the Miners secondary. Brings up 2nd and goal.
They're hurrying up. They saw something.
Sully wants to throw. Checks it down. No one near Jalen Wells, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown for the Lycans.
Well, that's part 1 of the 2-part equation. Now you got to have the 2-point conversion if you want to tie this thing up. I like the play call there, though, right? Clearly, Richardson, the veteran quarterback, spotted something on that last play he knew he could take advantage of, got quickly up to the line of scrimmage, knew that screen was going to be wide open, and they get the touchdown. But now you got to have the 2-point conversion, too.
Again, a little bit of flexibility on the part of the Lycans. Still 3:29 to go here in the 4th. If you don't get the 2 points here, still got an opportunity to kick a game-winning field goal, and they will not get the 2-point conversion as Iniguez not able to get that swing pass into the end zone for the 2 points. 17-15 the score, and now the LA defense got to get a stop.
We'll see what they can do, and Eric, I gotta tell you, I knew that wasn't going to happen, that 2-point conversion, from the time before the play happened there. And we'll see what happens with the kick here first, and I'll tell you why in a second.
Henning with the return. The MVP gets it out to the 28-yard line, brings up first down with 3:24 to go here for the Miners.
So, Eric, I'm allergic to overtime games. I've called 8 years of high school football, 4 years of college football, 2 years now of SFL, and in all those years of calling all these different leagues, I've never once got to call an overtime game. And so anytime a possible overtime situation happens, if I'm a broadcaster on the game, I can assure you it's not going to happen.
You know what they say, you never forget your first time, my friend.
I won't.
Handoff goes to Jones. Phoenix Jones trying to find the first down marker. He'll get close, and it's a 9-yard rip right off of first down.
That was a good run there, just what they needed. Keeps the clock running, and now you set yourself up for a very manageable second down here. Great job.
3 minutes and counting in regulation. 17-15, Miners with the lead. Trying to chew some clock and keep the ball away from the LA offense. Carry goes to James, and he will get the first down, keep the clock churning.
And that will keep the clock turning. One more play, and they can get it down to the 2-minute warning. LA looks like they're going to save their timeouts for after the 2-minute warning here. And Lexington in the driver's seat, but barely.
Handoff goes to the single back Jones, and LA able to bottle up near the line of scrimmage. We got a final over in South Florida as the Storm are victorious over Nashville 34-14.
Should take us down to the 2-minute warning here, and then game on the line after that.
Down to the 2-minute warning, 2 minutes to go, 2-point ball game. Lexington trying to just run this one out and get away with a home victory. You're watching the Simulation Football League live on YouTube. Eric Vincent alongside Petey Zeller in the broadcast booth. Axel Raven and Alex West are in the stats truck. Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ executive producing. Handoff goes to Jones. Slippery ball carrier and rolls over for a gain of about 4 or 5, and we'll see the first time out spent by LA, 2 remaining.
Well, I mean, they don't absolutely have to stop them here. If they get a first down, they can probably use their timeouts and get the ball back without 40 seconds left. But if they want a good realistic shot, they got to get this offense off the field here. Biggest play of the game right now, 3rd and 4.
Carry to James. LA able to make the stop. 4th and 2. They will burn their second timeout. 1 remaining. They will get the football back.
And that's important. They're going to keep one of those timeouts in their pocket now. They're going to get the ball back with just under 2 minutes left. They have a lot of time to get down there in field goal range.
Mega job here by the LA defense to not only get the turnover to set up that touchdown, a possession to go, but also making that stop, only having to use 2 timeouts, and now they will have to travel from their own 14-yard line to within field goal range of John Smith to win the football game on the road.
They're going to need about 60 yards here, 60 yards in a cloud of dust, and you already know where I think they should go with it here. Chris Lee, he's been the guy all day. You don't change it up now. Get the ball in number 88's hands.
42 to go, 1 timeout for the Lycans. And they'll start off on the ground. Jalen Wells in the middle of the field, only a short gain of a couple.
Yeah, and a good little gain there. A little bit more urgency, though. I get that they have the timeout, but that clock is going to run out quicker than you think. I want to see them moving a little faster than this.
2nd and 8, delay, goes to Iniguez. Nothing doing. Lexington stops him right at the line, no huddle.
I don't know what they're doing here, Eric. They got to move quick.
Sully to throw this time. Into coverage, incomplete, and now's the ball game.
I don't love those 2 runs to start that drive. They burned 50 seconds off the clock. The runs went nowhere, and it's head-scratching for sure, Eric.
Fourth and 8, 5 wide, Richardson under center. shift Chris Lee over to the top of the formation. He's been the go-to guy all night long for the Lycans. Richardson throws that way, tipped and incomplete. Turnover on downs. Lexington will get the football, and that'll just about be good night, Charlie.
Yeah, that'll do it. Lexington won it there. And if you're LA, they're going to go back to the locker room with some questions about how they managed the situation at the end of that game. But Lexington, got to give them credit. They earned that win. They fought back. Gabe Manning took over at the end of that game, and it was a well-earned win.
Victory formation here for the Miners. As we get the kneel down from Slider, timeout spent by LA, and that is just a formality at this point, as the Miners will come away with an improbable 17-15 win here at home in the Quarry. And for LA, they go on a bye week next week, so they get a chance to lick their wounds a little bit, Petey. And then Lexington's going to stay home here at the Quarry and take on division foe Chicago.
Yeah, now Lexington has a winning record all of a sudden, right? They're 3-2. LA is going to fall to 1-4. For Lexington, though, we need to see them beat a real competitive team up here, because the teams that they've beaten this season have a combined 1-9 record. So if you're Lexington, you're feeling good. You took care of business today, but this is a team that we still want to see beat a real competitive opponent down the line somewhere.
Definitely a yeah, but kind of team at this point, and that's not taking anything away from Lexington. Like you said, they have taken care of business against the teams that they needed to take care of business against. But you're right, we kind of need a statement win. It's still early on in this season. You know, plenty of time for them to get that sort of statement win. Plenty of interesting opponents coming down the line, including the Minnesota Legend and Indianapolis Ramblers, who are both division rivals. We'll have to see how it all shakes out. But tonight, they will get the victory, 17-15 over the visiting LA Lycans. Any final thoughts here, Petey?
Yeah, Gabe Manning, player of the game. He took it over at the end there, made great use of opportunities given to him. And I was hard on Kenny Slider tonight, but props for him, because at the end of the game, he just started chucking the ball up to Gabe Manning. That's all he really needed to do. So props to them. Props to the defense the defense for Lexington, it was kind of understated today. They did a really good job holding LA to those field goals all game long. The defense bent but didn't break, kept Lexington in the game, and Lexington's offense came alive at the end of the game and took advantage.
Absolutely, 100% agree. Gabe Manning going to be the player of the game. Slider with a nice job rebounding in the second half after a tough first half. Threw 3 touchdowns, 2 of those to Gabe Manning, and a nice overall team win for the Lexington Miners here at home. Well, on behalf of Petey Zeller, Axel Raven, and Alex Weston, the stat shirt, Commissioner Cameron Irvine, my name is Eric Vinson. We want to thank you for tuning in, and you have a good night.